Hi, welcome to my first ever Flames of War video. My name is David and I'm going to take you through a little trip around my world of Flames of War, starting with my Flames of War pack, which you can see here before you. Now, this is an amateur video and I'm going to show you the kind of stuff that I have in here. I keep my army lists in here, along with some extra dice sets and my templates. And as you can see on the front, I have the patch for the American Armored Forces of the Second World War. As we turn it onto this side here, I keep the rules book in here, nice and tight and snug, spiral bound on the small cover. Flip to the other side, and my dice set. Customized, of course, bought from Battlefront. These here are the dice from the 2nd Armored Division, Hell on Wheels. I do have a list that comes from 2nd Armored Division, but I'm currently running one from 3rd Armored Division. And that's what I'm going to show you right after the break. And welcome back. What you see laid out before you here is my 1,650 point late war US force, as stated from the 3rd Armored Division, about 1944, early 1944 in terms of the campaign. I'm just going to zoom in on some of the things I have here onto the side. We've already seen this dice set here. This one here is a generic US one, Stars and Stripes. And that's the one I'll use for this when I game these guys. I already mentioned the two templates, one for artillery and one that's just a rangefinder. I'll come back to this later, but there is an alternate rangefinder. I don't have it with me, but I have seen it and it works great. So, bit of a background here. This is US 3rd Armored Division. They are confident trained. I originally had a 2nd Armored Division force that was, they were confident veterans, excuse me. So they had a different force, but I was unable to find a good sweet spot with it. So I'll take you through my force here. Starting here with the company headquarters. 2 M4A1 Sherman 75 millimeters, complete with Cullen device, and as you can see here, I'll just bring it for a little closer shot, have some improvised armor onto him. I can tell that they are my company commander and 2IC because they have the crew commander sticking out and they do have the antennas on them as well. Next we have a number of tank platoons. In this case we have 2 tank platoons. Tank platoon up front, 4 tanks, M4A1 Shermans, 75 millimeter guns. 2 of the vehicles have the Cullen device, and 2 have improvised armor. The second medium tank platoon, 4 tanks, M4A1 Sherman, 76 millimeters, and I have this guy right here. He is my hero, Staff Sergeant Lafayette Poole. Let him zoom in here. There we go. And he's riding this, and he is different from the other tanks. Instead of being confident trained, he is a fearless veteran. He's riding a 76 millimeter armed Sherman. And one of the advantages he has is he can fire at his full rate of fire when moving. So when he moves, he fires a rate of fire of 2, and when people are shooting at him, it's a 4 to hit as opposed to 3 for everybody else. There's a few other special rules that goes with Staff Sergeant Poole, but as you can see, I've added a Cullen device to him, as well as the add-on armor. Or correction, the improvised armor. And of course, because he's the hero, I did my best to get him all dolled up as best I can. Alright, I'll put him back in with the platoon. Now he is an independent warrior, so he does not necessarily have to ride with the platoon as I get into focus. What else do I have? In case of aircraft, I have the self-propelled anti-aircraft platoon. I have 2 vehicles of 37 millimeter with the 50 caliber twin, and then 2 with the quad 50s. These are great at shooting down aircraft as well as for shooting infantry. This quad 50 has, for example, a rate of fire of 6, I believe, firepower of 5+, and this bad boy has a rate of fire of 4, firepower of 4+. Excellent for pinning down infantry from afar. Next, for fire support, I have 2 elements. I have the priority air support of the Thunderbolt, as well as a 4-gun battery of 105 millimeter howitzers. Zoom back out here again. You can see a little bit of a force over here. Their vehicles are on order, they're not here yet, but that's my recon platoon. Why do I have recon? Well, I can do recon moves, help prevent ambushes, and so forth, hopefully. And they can run out ahead of my main force. In the back, certainly not least, but I have here my tank destroyer platoon of only one section. I originally had 2 sections, but I wanted to sacrifice some of my tank power to get infantry, and I'll come to that in a moment. So, the scout element, the headquarters element, and finally the 2 M10 tank destroyers. So you can see here I'm starting to get a little more adventurous with my modeling and actually have their tonnage vehicle class on the front of their right up here, as you can see as I focus in on him there. Hard to see in this light, but trust me, it says 29 tons. So, last but certainly not least, I have my infantry platoon. 9 stands of infantry of rifle teams, a command rifle team, and a bazooka team. Now, these are from the 4th Infantry Division, and they are, as stated, they are confident trained, just like everybody else. The reason why I got them is I wanted a combined arms team. I have air support, artillery support, anti-aircraft artillery. I have a number of tanks, 10 in particular, tank destroyers, my reconnaissance force, and of course at the back, my infantry force. So, 3rd Armored Division, United States Army. My next film will be about my German force. So until then, take care.